What are the differences in qualitative and quantitative methods? There are differences in sampling, differences in manner how the data is recorded, differences in data analysis, differences in their views and significance. First, we will discuss the difference in sampling. In quantitative research, one of the first steps in conducting a quantitative research is the selection of respondents or participants. The precondition of statistical analysis requires that respondents be selected randomly. This process is referred to as sampling. The people and objects selected from a specified population is known as a sample. The sample should be large and representative. Reason being that a small size increases the probability of biased result or error. In qualitative research, it is less technical and more about theoretical considerations. Sampling techniques in qualitative research are purposive, meaning that the theoretical purpose of the research mandates the selection process and not the strict methodological mandate. While studying about drug peddlers, random sampling is impossible. Purposive approach therefore is the only option. Now we will discuss the difference in the manner how the data is recorded. Quantitative researchers quantify their observations using a pre-coded form referred to as a survey. However, not every study can be done that way because it can have many complexities. Say for example, if we have to study motor accidents, it might be the case that the cause of an accident might be intoxication, which was pre-coded as 1, or maybe driver was minor, which was pre-coded as 2. Now what if it is both? The causes would be marked as just 1 or just 2 or both. That is the problem a researcher might face, so it becomes necessary to narrate a brief description of the accident on the basis of the account of the victim, onlookers, police reports and so on. So therein might be a case where it has to be further described using qualitative methods. The difference in data analysis. The data analysis in quantitative research is based on statistics using a formula based approach. It is an ever expanding and diverse field and can involve analyzing one variable at a time, exploring the relationship between two variables, or testing relationships among various variables. In comparison, qualitative approach is less formula based, but rather more emphasis is laid on the context, social or cultural. Now the differences in the views and significance of the two methods. The quantitative research is by and large detached from methods. It introduces a theory initially in order to establish the rationale of the research and returns to it at the end of the research in order to advance the policy implication. The concerns are phrased in statistical or numerical terms. The qualitative differs in the sense that it tends to focus upon the quid pro quo of the theory and methods. So it is theoretically more rigorous and much lesser statistical as compared to quantitative research. Quantitative formulation can be explained by way of an example. The example is entirely hypothetical and does not intend to reflect the true state of law. There can be factors which the court shall consider in order to decide a case. Like for example, in a dispute concerning copyright infringement, the defense of fair use is taken. Then the court has to consider the nature and scope of the copyright work, the originality of the work, the amount of copying, and economic injury to the copyright owner. Assuming these are the only 4 controlling circumstances, assume furthermore that 4 cases already have been decided. In case 1, all 4 circumstances were present and the decision was in favor of the party seeking redress. In case 2, circumstances 1 and 2 were present and the decision again was in favor of the aggrieved party. But in case 3, circumstances 1 and 3 were present and the decision was against the party seeking redress. In case 4, where circumstances 2 and 3 were present, was decided in the favor of party seeking redress. What decision can be expected on that basis in a case in which circumstances 3 and 4 are present? Neither the stated rule of law that circumstances 1, 2, 3 and 4 shall be controlling for the decision, nor any of the decisions which already have been reached offers an answer to this question. If it can be assumed, however, that the available decisions as well as future decisions form a consistent pattern of judicial action, a mathematical model can be designed which provides an answer to this very question. In the proposed model, each case will be treated as an equation in which the decision is a function of the combination of the controlling circumstances in the case. Accordingly, the circumstances of the case are the independent variables in the question and the decision is the dependent variable. In this fashion, the cases which already have been decided provide a set of simultaneous equations in which the weights of the controlling circumstances are the unknowns. By solving these equations, a weight is found for each of the controlling circumstances, and by substituting these weights in the equation which represents a new case, a numerical index for the particular combination of circumstances and for the corresponding decision is obtained. Moreover, since the weights of the controlling circumstances now are known, a numerical index for any combination of circumstances and for its corresponding decision can be determined.